Thanks, everybody. What is the Nature Conservancy? Simply put, we are a science-based conservation organization, and our mission is to protect the lands and water which all life depends. So we're doing this in Iowa by a lot of watershed work. Why water? Well, obviously it's the base of all life and ecosystems, and it's been under a lot of stress recently. We've got the algae blooms in Lake Erie knocking out water supply for Toledo and Cleveland. We got this giant dead zone in the Gulf of Mexico. This is the hypoxia. This is nutrients coming to the Mississippi, to the Gulf. We're driving all the oxygen, using up all the oxygen, so marine life doesn't exist when the bloom's there. Des Moines, we got the Des Moines Waterworks lawsuit. They're suing 3 county drainage districts saying there's so many nitrates coming out of your drains, you should be regulated by the EPA as a point source polluter, which is unprecedented. It's kind of crazy, actually. But they're doing this because they're incurring millions of dollars worth of operational costs to run their nitrate removal facility when nitrates spike up in the local rivers. Luckily, in Cedar Rapids, we're a little less prone to that because we have deeper alluvial wells for our source water. However, if nitrogen levels continue to spike up and reach those wells, we could be in trouble because we don't have any way to move those nitrates for our drinking water. And of course, the flood. 2008, 2016, 2 historic floods in under 10 years, billions of dollars worth of damage, $100 million worth of mitigation we still need to do, and of course, the impact to the residents in this area. So the problem, these water resource issues pose a risk to our city, our water, and our local environment. And a lot of this derives from the land we live in. We live in a highly altered landscape from production agriculture. A lot of producers are not connected to the impacts the land management decisions have downstream. Whether those impacts are good or bad, they're externalities. They're not captured in the market. So I'm coming to you, this awesome group of creative entrepreneurs, community leaders, business leaders, to think about innovative, business-inspired solutions to this water resource problem. So it's going to be an exercise in social entrepreneurship. So when I go over these case studies, I want you to think about how we can align farmers' financial incentives with the public environmental good of clean, reliable water. So, water quality trading. At the most simplest, you need a credit buyer. This is a regulated facility that is required to reduce its discharge of certain pollutants. And then you have a seller, a this person can cost-effectively reduce the loading of a pollutant in the watershed by putting conservation into the watershed. The buyer can lower their treatment costs, lower their treatment requirements, and maybe avoid even investing in this expensive technology like nutrient treatment, while the seller can lower the overall discharge into the watershed. So that's kind of a win-win, kind of an economic solution. Additionally, there's all sorts of other benefits the seller can provide, such as wildlife, carbon storage, flood storage. These benefits are hard to quantify, but the Nature Conservancy is running a model right now to try to put a dollar on these benefits. We also have this idea of profitability analysis. Not every acre of farmland in Iowa is productive. Year 2011, good year, lots of blue, farmers making money, doing pretty good here. This is estimated for 2016. A lot of brown, a lot of orange. Farmers are not making their money back on their investment. Not very good. This is happening because anywhere from 5 to 20% of all ag land is not profitable in most years. It's marginal land, it's environmentally sensitive land, and but it's an opportunity to fix this problem. One of it is to try to structure the conversation around return on investment and profitability and talk less about yield, which kind of dominates the agricultural conversation. We can encourage precision agricultural technologies. There's a lot of startup and small businesses starting up right now that are data-driven, trying to think about how do we make each acre of land productive. And some of that land isn't going to be productive in rural agriculture. So what is the alternative revenue sources? Well, we can do biofuels. There's livestock and forage, get cows back on the landscape. Perennials, there's a burgeoning market for perennials. Persimmons, hazelnuts, orchards, nuts. There's a lot of different ones that have both a financial and environmental benefit. So, we have enabling conditions in Middle Cedar we're fortunate to have. We have organization structures in place. We have millions of dollars of federal, state, and millions of dollars of private money coming in to address this issue. champions. The city of Cedar Rapids gets it. They know they cannot address this within their own city limits. They're investing in the watershed knowing those downstream benefits are coming their way. Stakeholders. We process more grain in Cedar Rapids than almost anywhere in the world. These are heavy water users, they're invested in sustainable agriculture, and they're going to need a reliable, affordable source of water. So I think there's a huge corporate engagement piece we could use in Cedar Rapids. So I just gave you a crash course in some of the work we're considering. So the idea is of social entrepreneurship, and I'm curious and interested in the discussions we're going to have.